Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. We got quite a bit of stuff to do tonight. Ooh, sorry about the voice spike right there. Got quite a bit of stuff, got a couple things to check out, and I do want to spend some time in Splash Harbor. Kind of continuing to revamp a actually pretty considerable amount of things. So, without any undue delay, let's go ahead and go to the wrong menu option there. Oh, Club Coasters, Dale, and Spino, all three of you, what's going on? Welcome. Let's go into here. So, just to show a couple things that I've been working on. Ta-da! It's not done. But we've made some pretty considerable progress. The building is usable. And what we have is the brand new station for Mako. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is real quick through the... Come on! Was that not working? Kings Island, what's going on? Why is that? I don't know why that's bugged like that. It's kind of bizarre. Half watching and half editing vids while you're streaming. Okay. Alright, it works there. For whatever reason, it did not want to work right here. So, but anyway, this is going to be the entrance to the building. You've got this kind of layered arch right here. Don't mind the little bit of clipping or artifacting. It's where pieces are overlapping. Unfortunately, there's no real way around that. But anyway, you walk into here, so this is actually going to be the exit for the ride. But you come into here, we've got some cutouts. And then we have a couple more over here, so options would be for food or drink shops, souvenir shop, not necessarily a modular, although you probably could do some sort of a cutout with a modular souvenir counter through there. What I think I'm going to do is put ride photos over here in this corner. And with the TVs, I might do one on one wall and the other on the other. Or I might kind of do them staggered on the corner or angled or something like that. I have not fully made up my mind on that. Pretty basic. I haven't really decorated it out. And then I'm actually really happy with this up here. So what we have is the exit. Can't cross the track at the moment. But this is the station platform up here on the second floor. Got the arches over there for the ride entrance. And the exit is, of course, right down that way. Where the cutouts are, the bottom, I would add a very tiny wall trim at the bottom, connecting each wall. I think I have an idea of what you're talking about. Yeah, I'll go... Hold that thought, I'll get back to it. No, I don't think he's talking about that, Dale. You can't really see it from here, but the ceiling is staggered, and once you get to the other side, we'll see why, but basically, you come down the stairs, you turn here. Now, because of the way the stairs are designed over here, they're not quite parallel, so yeah. Now, I could actually correct that and it would not be a terribly difficult fix. All I would have to do is basically reverse this. So the exit would be right up here, and then the operating platform right back here would go on that side there, I think. The one in the exit tunnel, not the food stands. Very tiny wall trim connecting each wall. So that I'm not 100% sure. I'm not totally sure what you're referring to. Like over here or something? Let me get caught up here on chat. Band player, what's going on, man? Geo, welcome. Tried to do a video in Discord, but I can't because I need to pay to let you see my ride. But I have another way to... But I need to publish it tomorrow. Okay, yeah, that's fine, Geo. Yeah, you can also... Well, I don't know about how it works if you're on console. Cheeseburger, what's going on? Lightapole, what's up? Gotta add a few more buildings and tails to a station. And I'm started on this dueling. Looks just like your station, almost. Okay. And this is the first one that I've actually tried with the resort wood. And I'll have to say that it, I think it's come out pretty nice. So, yeah, the reason that I mentioned possibly flipping the exit staircase... Hang on just a second. Alright, sorry, had to take care of something real quick for a couple seconds. Yes, yeah, Lightapole, we are. Anyway, if I reverse the staircase, have it come down here, it opens up into here, and then actually the shops would be paralleled on this wall. And it's a little bit more intentional, as in you have to walk past all of it to get out rather than just cut straight through. So I think I'm going to do that. Love this building. The depth is amazing. Thank you so much. Now I need to go to sleep. Alright, Geo, have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out today. That bottom is nice. Yeah. There's so much dimension to it. That's kind of finicky. I think I am going to flip that, actually, though. I'm not going to do it now, but I think I am going to reverse the staircase direction. Because then it makes people walk that way. I'll try it, and if I, for some reason, don't like the... Whoa! Went a little far there. Alright, so the cool thing up here, when you walk through, if you look... Well, I gotta zoom. But we have angled skylights up here. Or not angled, they're really vertical, so the roof is kind of split. All custom roof trim up here. And I'm not 100% set on the colors. I may tweak them. But basically, when you're in line, you've got these windows that you can look out, and then you get a lot of natural light up through there. And this is it right up here from outside. So it's just a couple wooden beams aligned for the skylight. I did add a little bit of a roof eave to kind of make that a little more seamless. Added that on each side here. Now the queues, here's the interesting thing about this. They're actually going to come up on this platform, and you can see that they're kind of off-grid. And what that is for, it's to allow some stuff to go between the queues, like shaded, umbrellas, maybe a couple planter boxes or some other decor right up here on the top. And then these little cutouts here are they're mainly for decoration. So what I actually had to do this is turn the... I'll just move to demonstrate. So I had to actually turn the grid size down to 1 meter to get them to line up over here. And then this 2 meter right there to get that to work. So it gets pretty finicky, but it's coming together nice, I'd like to say. And then over here, those of you that may not have seen it, I finished the Kraken station. Don't mind the pathing is a little wonky. Basically, got all the lights through here. And then you come up this way. And you go up the stairs. Covered panels. And then the priority queue is down this narrow hallway. And you go up the stairs in the opposite direction up here. And then the coaster station platform has got the roof skylights. And you've got the actual spotlights shining right along the queue lines and the actual coaster car and train itself. Reminds me of Steel Vengeance station. Which one? This or the Mako station? You definitely win best facility themer. I appreciate that. So I worked overnight, Friday night and Saturday night. So I had a long stream Thursday, I think. Did I stream Thursday? I think I did. And then Friday in the daytime before work, Saturday in the daytime before work, I was just in here off stream. I was hanging out on Discord, but trying to put stuff together, and finally got this one done. Got a real crack at the Mako station going, pun partially intended there. Couldn't resist, I'm sorry. And we got the lights. And if you come down this way, because I appreciate it, it's not very similar to Stevie's station. Let me see here. Spino, the game shows how wrong the advertised speeds are. Is making a Red Force clone and it goes way too fast over the top hat at its advertised 112. Well, you may have to adjust the friction to do that. Then again, I'm pretty sure the game doesn't know how height works. And inversions are a little whack. The POV, oh yeah, the video out here. So I actually recorded this in OBS. This is the old version, not the very original, but not the one that got, not the remastered one. And what I'll probably do is re-record that and get the POV here. Anyway, the last thing I want to show up here, if you come down from the exit, you get the lights in that little corridor. And then right over here are your ride photos. I don't know what happened to the counter. Whenever you want, tell me and I'll update the 4 seasons. Band player sounds good. We're not looking at your park first. So you've got a little bit of time. We'll probably do that second. Yeah, y'all, I see you trying to catch or stay caught up on chat, and I'm probably not. So if I'm missing something, I'm not ignoring you intentionally, I promise. Yeah, OPS is good. I think it is pretty resource friendly compared to like Streamlabs. It has a little bit of a steep learning curve, but once you get it figured out, you really don't have to touch it. So it all works out pretty good, for me at least. We got Silver Dollar Axolotl, we've got Ace the Coaster Head, hello, both of you. It's King Duka Fangirl. Oh, hey! Okay, changed your handle. Okay. I like roller coasters. I think almost all of us here do. And yeah, Lightapole, I'm in agreement with you. The Art Deco pieces are going to be pretty cool. You know, coming back to... I like turtles. It's been a while since I've heard that. That actually could be a good utilization of like these frames right back here. But anyway, yeah, I think I am going to try to change that. But I'm also waiting to figure out what I want to put in these stall cutouts and stuff. Because I am hoping that they're going to have the food stalls for the new food options. You've got corn dogs, candy floss, or here in America we say cotton candy. Corn dogs, candy floss, popcorn, fries, and donuts. So are the 5. So we'll see. And I mean, if they only have counters, it's pretty easy to do some little custom scenery to put something together for them. Some cool modern lighting. LED lighting would look nice with the finished wood in the Mako station. Yeah, I have not gotten to that point. I actually only finished the building structure, I don't know, hour ago maybe? Don't forget the T3 tacos! I was thinking about that. We need, yeah, we need some other food. I'm really glad that they're bringing the ones that they've announced, but I want to, like, Tiki Chiki from PC1, Mexalente, there's a few others that I don't remember off the top of my head. Also, I did not know until either late yesterday or today that Gulpy actually had, like, Gulpy energy drinks as a separate beverage option in PC1. Axolotl, thank you. T3 sucks! Yeah, I know it does. Add every topping in the game, make it really suck. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Enough of that. These are works in progress. So this was kind of a redesign of my surf coaster station with the rooftop restaurant. I don't recommend this, folks. I had so many problems with the pathing when you have a coaster station aligned. So what I think I'm going to do is just keep this original structure and reprofile it, repurpose it as a like general use facility without the coaster. This is a reimagined version with a true roof as opposed to the rooftop bar and grill. And the lights are not finalized yet. But you come down through here, it's got little shop cutouts, a couple other little cutouts. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that there. And then on each side, a staircase going up to the second floor. And that is the actual coaster platform. And in the other version, of course, you would turn from here, go up the stairs onto the rooftop, but now you don't have that, so it just looks a little more seamless. But this is much larger than the original, probably double, almost triple the size of the original station building that I had. So you've got plenty of room for easily a modular souvenir shop and a restaurant or an arcade. Let me get caught up here. As I've said worse before. Chief beef birria tacos, what? So anyway, pineapple belongs on pizza. I think most people are gonna go absolutely bonkers against you for that one. I'm not a huge fan of pineapple on pizza, but I don't hate it. I'll eat it every once in a while, but I gotta be in the mood for it. It's okay, and I'm probably one of the very, very few middle ground people in that regard. Most people either outright love it or hate it. Get those fairy flower lights. Well, I don't know about fairy flower lights. I'm not totally sure I'm going to keep that. Actually, you know what? Real quick, and then we're going to get to some other stuff. I was in the right... There we go. Come on now. Ooh. See, it doesn't look bad, but I feel like it's a little bit busy up on the ceiling. Like, I feel like it's too many of them and the light effect isn't all that, like, it's not that powerful. But you come up here, this thing is totally lit. Actually had to turn down the intensity of the lights a little bit. There's some modern LEDs, and I might do something like that in the Mako station. And this was the old version where everything was grossly misaligned. And now the food police shall be writing a letter to me. Dear Milo or Milo. My cat's name is Mila, but I've heard some people say Milo for other stuff. Fix your opinions. I'm glad there's only 2 Intamin Gigas, because one of them is... Oh, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you the Millennium Force War. Started August 17th, well, depending on where you are in the world, the 18th, 2026. Actually, no, it started way back when. It's just resuming tonight. Let me get caught up. The fact it could honestly go either way, because both are equally okay from what I've heard. It's too divisive. Oh, Foggy, what's going on? Welcome. We need some new true pizza heresy like Nutella on pizza. And Nutella does not belong on pizza. How you doing, Foggy? Good to see you again today. No worries, Spino. Was gonna say peanut butter on pizza, but Foggy beat me to it. Pantherian's actually good. We got Crazanity in chat. What's going on, man? Oh, great, it's the King Coaster guy. One time I took down a 12-inch margarita pizza, and I can honestly say that the 8-inch Nutella I had afterward was so much better. So margarita or pomodoro are one of my favorite types of pizza. So if you had a 12-inch margarita that wasn't all that good, they must have not done it well. Getting caught up here. I'm going to disappear. Alright, Axolotl, you're heading out. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. It's more dessert pizza, yeah. I was thinking Nutella as a topping to a tomato base. No! Yeah, that would go horribly. On a quick skate break, then back to working on projects for another hour or so. Something tells me King Coaster wasn't that terrifying. Okay. Red forces into Minya. At night, inside the Mako station, it is spooky, because I haven't added anything. Not yet, but we'll get to that. The Kraken station, however, is fully lit at night. We've got the spotlights. I actually switched out the angled lamps and decided to put overhead up there. And then out here we've got those to illuminate the ride photos. I'm missing the counter. I'll put that back. I'm pretty sure the blueprint does have the counter. And then if you come down here, I'm not going to go through all of the queue just because it looks almost the same, but these... Yeah, it's the resort ceiling lamps. And, they're kind of... It's almost like they don't really illuminate in here, but they actually shine really nicely on the queue path, so you can see. But the ambience stays, you know, relatively dark, but plenty of illumination for where you need to walk. And then if you come back over here, we've got these hanging lights going on the way up here. And wait until I'm super proud of how this came out. If you come into here and take a look at the station, it is lit up. Get the floodlights again, the skylights kind of help to let some natural light in, and then we've got the wall lights. And then just some of the little canister lights right there on these columns. Just again, they do a good job of lighting up the path, but not just overly illuminating every single object in the area. So both of these are available on the workshop. The Kraken station is pretty much finalized and done. It may take a little bit of fine-tuning. You can definitely customize it as well. You can take down the letters, put whatever you want up. The Mako station, of course, is not done, but if you want to play around with the blueprint, it is available too. Okay, band player. Yeah, that makes sense. Margarita was great. Just the Nutella was good enough that I physically couldn't leave anything on my plate. Wow. Yeah, Lidapole, thank you so much. Question, what roller coaster has the best pre-show? Ooh, I don't know. That ain't Mako, that's Spooko. Spooko. Oh, man. Well, I should... Just a double click there. Let's put that back to noon. First thing I want to look at is actually a tracked ride by Dale. It's Choo Choo O'Clock, and oh my gosh. He's got something attached to it that it doesn't really want to fit anywhere in my park. Oh, Lord. You're kidding me right now. Dale, I think you're going to need to fix your upload. I cannot fit this railroad. Suspended in the air? No, I can't because the, It's because the track is so large at all of the limits of the park that it's physically not letting me place it. That's what the issue is. So until you do something about that... This is absurd. Oh, are you serious? Thought I had it there for a moment. Oh, do not add to scenery group. Are you able to advance move and check where it's clipping, or can they confirm which map template they used? I'm pretty sure this is from his Granite Peaks Park. I could be wrong, but that's going to be the taiga biome. T3 pirate. What? Just go into Granite Peaks and look at it. Yeah. Oh, it happens. You just need to fix the blueprint. I've done that a number of times where I've attached things that don't work. Or they don't fit. All good though. Whoa, that's lagging my computer. This park is beautiful though. I'm not going to look at the whole thing. There's a reason I selected the train. Well, I figured as much, but the problem with that is it becomes almost impossible to place. I don't even know where I'm looking. It's like, give me a direction to go and look. Kings Island, we may get to it tonight. I don't know, because I've got quite a bit of stuff to look at. If I don't get to it tonight, we'll get to it another. Oh, is this right here? The mine train? Or is it one of these? No, it's that. This is the most aggressive mine train I think I've ever seen. Whoa. Here we go, round 2. Short ride. There's a super fast lift hill. I love that you got a freaking barrel roll on a mine train. I've got a couple names for this. There's the Red Bull mine train. I'm thinking of what was it? Thomas the Tank Engine, like Thomas the Tank Engine on roids. The little train that could. Little train that was a little overconfident. This is insane. I gotta say, that's a fun ride though. Why do we have an inversion on a coaster type made for families? Well, hey, Cheetah Hunt. Mine train with wings, yeah. It is making me want a looping mine train in real life. That was cool. Yeah, it actually really is neat. That is a bonkers look at that lift hill. Call it Minor Mountain Express. That name is so bad no actual coaster would be named that, right? I see what you did there. Thomas the Dank Engine, Thomas the Roids Engine. I was thinking of I choo-chooed my... Oh my lord. I'm gonna start calling you Mozart with all your scatological humor. It's a fun thing about Mozart. Well, not that. I don't know. Some people think it's hilarious. Other people were put off by it. But Mozart being this... You almost get the idea of like a very aristocratic, composer, musician, very upright, proper. Was apparently very well respected and everything. Deeply religious. But he liked to play practical jokes, and he was big into scatological humor. It is kind of odd. Yeah, anyway, this is a pretty cool coaster. We take a look at the stats. That is really good. 5.1 for fear on a mine train coaster. Well, look at that right there. Choo Choo Charles Revenge. Oh, man. That's the issue. You probably gotta fix a little bit of that there. I'm sorry, no airtime moments and the minimum vertical Gs are minus 0.26. I understand that. Yeah. Your lats are all over the place, but it's a fun ride. I mean, it definitely is like Thomas the Bonkers Tank Engine. So yeah, I'm not going to look at this whole park because I've got a lot of stuff to check out. But folks, if you haven't already, go check out Dale's Granite Peaks Park. It's actually really aesthetically pretty. I love the way it's turning out visually. And we got Char Char Blinks on the hot air balloon. Anybody want to go on the hot air balloon? I think Thomas the Dankin. One thing I do want to point out, as I'm kind of getting some ideas for... Wait a second, that just changed color! It was orange and now it's teal. But I was looking at... Oh, here we go. So this is like a... Is it some sort of like a raising or lowering platform or something? Yeah, that's it. So you've got these orange blocks to kind of simulate the idea of lava. And that's something that I'd be looking at in my park. Particularly for the volcano-themed area, everything's on fire. That's actually a really cool effect. Band player, we're gonna take a look at Lightopolis Park, and then we'll take a look at yours. I know you checked out both on call last night, but I'd love for you to check out Carolina Scorcher and comment this stream. I'm not making any promises. It's gonna be very dependent on what we get to and how long it takes on these other. Because I made those commitments last night that we would check out Lightopolis and Band Players Parks tonight. So I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying that we definitely will. That is a really cool effect. Yeah, I mean, I can hold on to them and we can look another time if we don't get to it tonight. And also do want to try to check out part of Kings Island's park. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. It's going to depend on how late it is when we finish up those two parks and how I'm feeling. I have to work tomorrow morning. Back on my regular shift. So I can't be up super late. Now, to be fair, I did get up pretty late this morning. So who knows? I hope it's not another night that I'm up until 2 or 3 in the morning and get 4 hours of sleep to go to work. But anyway, folks, yeah, definitely do go check out Granite Peaks. Coming along really nicely, and I am taking a little bit of inspiration from this for an upcoming project. Well, I mean, some of you have already heard. A Yukon-themed park. Well, off the Yukon Territory up in northwest Canada. This is really funny since the ocean set on fire not too recently. What? Revert changes. Oh, you can't get it on the workshop? Oh! Look to others for inspiration, not comparison. Absolutely. That's why I love checking things out. Yukon Territory, Marriott's Great America is proud. Be the best version of you can be and steal as many ideas to make your own versions from them creatively. Absolutely. Okay, so this right here, this is Lightopolis Park. America's Wonderland. So I have not looked at this before. Okay, here we are, America's Wonderland. So there's something Yeah, I'm gonna pause. And I remember you said there's something bugged about the tilt coaster. Ah, it's gonna automatically close. This may be the best park through... my best park through both games, but I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. Polaris. Okay, I like the name, Polaris. Just check. Like, check and see if it works okay. Do the tilt last? Okay. Oh, it looks like it's running. Yeah, heck yeah. That's awesome. Good deal. So I'm taking it this is the back of the park. You said we'll do this last. So, Polaris though, I really like the name and I like the presentation of this. I'll get to more of it later. But Polaris is the name of the North Star, part of the Little Dipper constellation, I believe. So if you're standing on the North Pole, Polaris is going to be directly overhead. And I think that's a really cool name for a coaster. And I kind of like that because you're going vertical, like you're looking up vertical at the sky to find Polaris. Or the pole, 90 degrees. The tilt comes with no track limits if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Cookie Pirate has traveled the sea through islands for the sweet feel of adventure. Aha! Ha! 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 I got that. Boo! Doing Dragons for Life. Is it the same YouTube video for the coaster Polaris with the beautiful music and cinematography? Hot Take Spooky Pack is overrated, like the other original DLCs are better. No, I don't think it is. Mods, lots and lots of mods. I play strictly unmodded. I do too, although I have thought about maybe trying out a few. Hot swapping pieces on its borderline required for track control for me. Haven't made the jump to Pro Track yet. I had a Polaris snowmobile. We need hotels. Yeah, we really do. You don't post your builds. Alright, so let's see. We've got a dive coaster over here. Is it the... oh, it's the wide one. Okay. Looking around over here is a... is this a Schwarzkopf? No, Vekoma. Wait, you're on console. You built this park on console. Let me make sure I understand that correctly. This park was built on console. Oh man. Well, I gotta say, hats off to you. Playing on console to make a park look this beautiful. I mean, the presentation is absolutely gorgeous. It's not super large, and yeah, very understandably so, because you have piece limits and stuff. But this is absolutely beautiful. And to do that on PC, I think I would struggle a little bit. And to do this on console is super impressive. So fantastic job. Polaris is the name of one of the coasters in this game, right? I don't know. So this is by Lidipole. Orion at Kings Island. Oh yeah, because they have the like they're all constellations and stuff like that. I want to do an informational piece on mods, clarifying them to passive, semi-passive, and active. That would actually be really cool. I think that would be helpful for people that are getting into mods, or that don't really know much about them but are curious, of which I fall into that second category. Hey Dino Dukes, what's going on, man? Let me get the code for you. This is absolutely beautiful. We'll actually go walk through it here in a minute. Gotta find the actual park. Well, I could put a filter on. Type. Cookie Orion is the only ride name based off of a consultation at Kings Island. Constellation, yeah. Well, yeah, I figured as much. Ah, perfect timing. Oh, man. Cookie Pirate favorite coaster type is a flying coaster. It definitely is not, so I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the park in? Oh, I see it over here. Okay, so the entrance is here. America's Wonderland. So it's kind of a split. You can enter there. Looks like these are made for... more so for people walking out. I hear Cosmic. Yep, there. Got some food shops, drink shops, gift shop. There's a modular souvenir shop. Very nice. Time to talk to the Dippin' Dots guy. Oh, one of these crazy rides. This is like that SNS swing on absolute steroids. The Heavy Serenade. I don't remember seeing a name for that one. Oh, it's just a synchronized one. Okay. That's like a gear spin at Carowinds. This is absolutely beautiful, though. Like, just the attention to detail. Aesthetically. I mean, it's full of vegetation. There's not a bunch of bare ground like I have in my park. A little custom restroom hut right there. There's a King Coaster and a dancing mechanic All on console, that's what makes it even more impressive. It gives huge Six Flags vibes. It really does, because there's not like one or two cohesive themes to it, but it looks really beautiful. Yeah, 7 flags, yeah, you get a flag for doing such a good job, so 7 flags, yeah. There's Gulpy. Really nice presentation with the invert right here. Another Gulpy. There's a couple Gulpy dinos. Yeah, there must be promoting. It must be promotion of Gulpy month. Was gonna add a 500-foot tall ride in this park, but nah. There's Bodhi. Back over this way is the tilt, and you can see the dive and the Vekoma. Some flat rides out over here. Directing attention to parts with detail while maintaining a low cost, and in this case saving because it was built on console. Absolutely. Like, I'd have to say, if this was built on PC, I'd be impressed, because this just visually looks really nice. But the fact that you were able to do that on console is just ridiculously impressive to me. Got one of these zipper rides. I don't think you'd be paying. Well, okay, you could. I'll be honest here. You could pay me to go on one of those, but it would have to be a very lucrative amount of money because I don't like spinning rides. These are the photos for the dive. That's going to be the exit. All right, let me get my bearings here. So we went. Did we come down this way? I don't think we did. Okay, so we went down this half of the park so far. And we'll look at some more of that later. So coming back to the entrance. Whoa. And I heard pools ruin it too. Yeah, so Dale, I'll say that I actually find the pools easier to work with than the paths. Although you kind of incorporate path into the pools, so, or not into, not into, around. Can we ride a freaking roller coaster, Cookie? Yeah, we can. I'm doing my walkthrough first. I actually want to walk around and look at everything. And then, yeah, we'll ride them for sure. There's not that many coasters in the park. Is this... Do not enter... I'm guessing this goes to the exit. Yeah. $150X drop. Oh, a wing coaster. I've got the RMC back there. It must be a pretty big scale RMC. Don't go there. Oh, I went there. I'm a maintenance employee. Kid? Oh no! I gotta love when the end of day report interrupts my walkthrough of the park. My X drop was over here. Where? I lost my bearing here. Must have been this right here, I think. And now, I'm not going to walk through all of this, because actually we have a pretty good sight view from up here. But yeah, the kids area of the park. You've got the teacups, the pirate ship. Arr! Give me your cookies! Just kidding. That was stupid. Bumper cars, you got the Ferris wheel. And there is a... I don't know if that's technically in the kiddie area of the park. It looks like it is, practically. Oh, your entrance is over here. Okay, yeah, definitely is. There we go. Not a huge layout. Of course, this is not a massive park. And I like that. It's actually not difficult to get around. So, it's small, it's compact. Very pretty. I do want to walk through this area over here later on. I'm going to save these 3 coasters for last. Let's start off with a banger. We're going to check out the RMC. This is called Heavy Serenade. So your exit actually looks like it comes down through here. Your queue's right over here. Heavy Serenade has cheap tickets. Heavy Serenade was so fun. It's got great prestige. Yeah, Kings Island. Be patient, please. Gonna start with that. Let's... Nice. I got on that one train just after it left the station. Great ride sign. Actually, that is really cool. How? Oh no. Oh, wow. So each of these are like custom triangles. That's wild. That is so cool. That's such a level of detail that I don't know that I would spend the time and effort to customize the font of 3D pieces there. But, oh, that is really neat. Very well done. Alright, we finally have a train in the station here. So I'm gonna actually do front row seat as opposed to front row, or front bumper, as I often do. Someone made the font, not me. Oh, okay. Well, even still, whoever did, that's so impressive. That's really a lot of detail to... Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Look at that, that's cool. Wow. Ooh. That's really good. This is console, yes. That's so good. It's got a lot of track. It's not super intense. It's definitely not the most intense RMC I've seen. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. Mila, get off the piano, please. Get off the piano. First time in quite a while she's been up there. So yeah, though. It's actually probably one of the milder RMCs that I've seen. And I'm totally okay with that. RMCs don't need to be ridiculously whippy, punchy, etc. Stuff like that. Small scale RMCs, I absolutely love, and I wouldn't call this a small scale, I'd probably call this a medium scale. But I absolutely love small to mid-scale RMCs that they give you a little bit more of a moderate, intensity experience, but are still super fun. So I really like that. I am currently up from my computer. I actually have to top off my water real quick. So just bear with me a moment. I really enjoyed that though. The coaster felt very smooth. The presentation is lovely. The scenery around it is great. I'm making my way back to my computer. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you want to go to work tomorrow. Or school or whatever you go to. Aha! Because I sure don't. I'm keeping my hands down. The ride was really good, but it felt a little slow on the inversions. Still better than anything I could make. I actually really like that, though. The thing that I see with a lot of RMCs is that they're so whippy through inversions, and I like that it takes its time. One thing that this doesn't have, I think it only had, what, 2, maybe 3? Oh, it has 4? Hang on. Did I miss something? So there's none over there. There's 1. Two. So it's maybe counting an overbanked turn or something like that. No, 3. Okay, so it must be... Yeah. It's gotta be counting something I'm missing. Didn't feel like that. I like when it takes its inversions a little bit slower. Especially 0G stalls, which this coaster does not have. I say it often when I'm looking at coasters. I absolutely love 0G stalls. But the fact that this coaster doesn't have one actually doesn't disappoint me. I feel like RMCs in general should have one, but I'll tell you what really made it for me right here. This sort of like an incline dive loop, is that a step up underflip like on Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park? That's such a cool element that you don't just have, and I see this all the time, 0G roll, heartline roll, 0G roll, heartline roll, and that's all a coaster will have. French kiss the coaster track now. Counting with Count Cookie. 1 inversion on the RMC coaster. 2 inversions on the RMC coaster. 3. 4. I take your cookies. Just kidding. This is really good. What a great ride to start off with. I want to check the stats. Look at that. Triple green, 7.1 on the excitement. Good fear, great nausea. Lats are good. Your verticals are a little bit high. Generally for modern coasters, I think the target's about 4.8. So you're a little bit high. If it's a really short moment of a really strong G-force, not as big of a deal, but if you have sustained that are that high, then that might be a problem spot. And I'm not going to critique every single coaster we've got. Ah, it's right there. The first drop. Everywhere else, it's like golden. So if there's one thing to bring those G-forces into a little bit more moderation, I think you just need to reprofile the level out a little bit. And that's tough to do because you have this really nice little pop of airtime right there. So, but that's really my only critique there. Well, we could look at your laterals. Where are they? Oh, probably up in this, and that's to be expected. So, really nice. What a fantastic first coaster to look at. Next up, I want to come over and take a look at the wing coaster. This is called what? Oh, the 150X drop. Okay. Let's get on it, give it a ride. I am going to do the front bumper POV for this, just so we stay, you know, relatively centered on the track. Speed it up a bit. Dive drop. Ooh. Ooh. Very cool. I like that. It's another coaster that's not super intense. Has a great layout. It's fun. I would thoroughly enjoy this. One thing that I really like, I thought it touched. It didn't. Or it doesn't, but it looked really close. Is I love how the Immelmann almost comes right up to the lift hill and then curves around. It's actually a little bit more of like a sidewinder. Really good 0G over the mid-course. What is this? No, I don't want to edit the ride. It's just maybe an overbanked turn. Really neat. Into the mid-course, you've got the corkscrew and a helix. It is a pretty basic coaster, and it's sufficient. Definitely a little bit more mild. Fantastic G-forces. This is a really good, like, high, not extreme thrill coaster. The presentation is beautiful. And Dale said take a look at the other really good sign. I've noticed that on several coasters, several parts of the park in general. that I've seen. Your signs are really nice. I like that level of detail that you're incorporating here. I'm getting inspiration from this. And I don't say that lightly, although I will say that I do get a lot of inspiration from a lot of things that I see, but when I correlate to making my parks, and I realize that I'm not doing the theming for the rides or just like the plazas and stuff like that the way that I should, this gives me inspiration to do something like that for existing and future parks and rides that I create. So I really like that. This is why every once in a while I love coming into parks and looking at the way other people do things, so that I can take those ideas and kind of apply them in my own way to what I create. So we've got two real big coasters here. I don't want to spend too much time because they have another park to look at, potentially 2 more, potentially 3 more actually. There's another one that I would really like to take a look at. So I think I'm gonna skip the kiddie coaster, but I actually like this. You've got the little mine car on the track here. You're about to be staying up till midnight with all of these park tours. You know what? If I get myself in bed at midnight, I'll be happy. Because that means I'll get about 7 hours of sleep before I have to get up for work, which is good. I'm going to be miserable tomorrow if I can't fall asleep until 2 or 3 in the morning. Really nice. Great presentation. I'm not going to ride this. It is a smaller ride. I will check the stats. Pretty good for a kiddie coaster. Ride the big coasters, gosh dang it. Yeah. Over here, Patriot. This is the first coaster that you see when you enter the park. Cool. I love B&M inverts, so I do want to check this one out. We'll go seat 2. I never do front bumper POVs on the inverts. Can I confidently say that's the best park I've seen all week? That is some incredible work, and for a console player, I would like to congratulate you on making something this great. You're just angry there's no bears with guns. Bang, bang, bang! Alright, Crazy Entity, welcome back. Speed that up a bit. The coloration of this reminds me very heavily of Montu. Loop. And an Immelman. Oh, a Batwing! I love that. Whoa! That's pretty wild right there. Kind of like a slow Heartline roll out of the Batwing. It was based off of Montu. I hate this ride so much, and you'll see why. That? Because it stops at the block breaks? Oh, the Helix. Yeah, you probably could profile. No, that corkscrew's not that bad, honestly. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, kinda. It almost felt like an extended roll. Yeah, that's not fantastic, but... I don't think it's terrible. Like, you could do something a little bit different right here. What you maybe could do if you don't like that, you're already curving here. Go into a helix, and then finish it out with like a slow heartline roll, like Banshee at King's Island, or yeah, King's Island. Maybe something like that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly. It was a wacky inversion, but I didn't notice on the ride, so I don't think it was that bad. I definitely see the Montu inspiration. First drop, vertical loop, Immelman. No 0G roll up here. This does maybe feel like a little bit of filler. I think you could squeeze a good 0G roll right there. I actually do like the turn into the Batwing. That's an interesting take. And yeah, if you want to redo the second half of the ride, this actually would give me a little bit more of Afterburn vibes. That is cool, though. Say, I did enjoy it. It definitely feels like Montu. I do want to talk about the theming of this. Little bit of a criticism that I have. The ride is called Patriot. And you've got the red, teal, yellow, white, gray. But the coaster is dark blue and yellow. So I'm not totally sure that Patriot would be a really fitting name or theme for this coaster. If you recolored it, it would work, but the way that you have it with the Montu colors, it just seems a little bit mismatched to me. Other than the name and color, I think the presentation is absolutely beautiful. I like the dirt and gravel terrain. A little bit of beach, it looks like, is incorporated here. So I would think about either renaming or repainting the coaster to kind of make it match a little bit better. But that's really my only real criticism of the ride. America needs the red, white, and blue. Definitely a little bit mild, which is totally fine. It actually has got some good forces. I really like it, though. I love the station, by the way. It's got that modern vibe to it. You've got the transfer track right over here. That's really cool. Nice, clean, modern station. Looks fantastic. Moving on. Now we're making our way to the back of the park. Kind of the back. Well, this side. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more the front. This I would consider more the back of the park. A fun exercise is, what would a piece of merchandise focus on? Does it look at a specific element, theming element, feeling, etc.? I do want to actually walk on foot for this. So right here. What a great view of the Batwing. That's cool. Oh, I'm missing the corkscrew? Oh, shoot. I do remember seeing that earlier. Right over here. Thank you. Oh, look at that. I want to draw attention to a subtle but a really nice effect of the ride sign here. You've got the double O's interlocking. That's so pretty. And you've got that there. Really nice aesthetic. Not going to walk through that. The station again is clean, modern, simple. I like that. I feel like I build my stations out a little bit too much. So this is a really nice presentation. I'll wait Is this running one train? It is. Ooh. That can help lock in an idea of the wider theme of a ride or area with the yes and method. Yeah, those double O's would be a great thematic element. Sure. What's this back here? Oh, it's just the end of a path. It's a little food court area. That's pretty cool. Not really many people over here. And I think that's not a design issue. I think that's just a game mechanic. People don't really come over. What did Jurassic Park River Adventure have in the gift shop? Alright, this is back in the station here. Let's go ahead and jump on. I will go front bumper for this. Also for the corkscrew, they forgot to fully color the chain lift supports. If there's one criticism I have with the Aero, it's that it doesn't have a 6-car train. Typically you'll see a 6-car train on Aero coasters. Not entirely true. But yeah, generally that's right, but I think the bigger thing that I would go with is add a second train for a little bit better capacity. You can have one in the station and one actually running its course. Could be the Vekoma Loopers Frontiers British. I like how it crosses over that. It definitely feels like an Aero, although it actually is pretty smooth. I'm impressed. This is a little smoother than your typical, you know, Aero Looper. And I like that. You'll love the shaping I did for this, really realistic. Those corkscrews are so good. I like how they pass over the queue and then the exit right there. How they're staggered. The first one goes over the ride queue, the second one goes over the exit. It looks so good. Oh yeah, the coloring for the supports there. Not a big deal. I wouldn't have noticed unless you pointed it out. Not about the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean. Ha! It's called Aero because that's what those rides feels like. Not this one. This actually, like I said, it did feel pretty smooth for an Aero, and I appreciate that. I know in PC2 when you build a coaster you kind of have to simulate roughness unless you just outright don't know what you're doing, like I did when I started the game and sometimes still do. Got a great layout. I like the helix going this way instead of kind of curving around that way. This feels very authentic for an Aero design. You don't have to drop off the lift. You kind of come around 180 degrees. Reminds me of Carolina Cyclone. Of course, that doesn't, or this doesn't have the vertical loops like that does. Tennessee Tornado is very smooth. I have heard that. Yeah, so a 5-car train. Yeah, Aeros. A lot of Aeros that I see will have 6 or even 7. But I don't mind the smaller the smaller train. I really think you do need a second one. I think that would be... Well, this isn't a super popular ride, so it's not like you're having pile-up issues with the queue. But I think for capacity purposes, having a second train would help a little bit. But it doesn't really matter that much here. I think what you've done with this is beautiful. Alright, let's go to the back of the park here. I do want to check these out. Carnage is your B&M dive. We actually did walk over this way. We went up to the photo counter. I love this effect. You've got the stones kind of setting up the barrier from the path and the coaster itself. Some restrooms over here. I'm not going to walk through the entire queue. Really nice presentation though. And if we take a look, it comes back around and then up to the platform right there. We'll go ahead and get on the train. This park loves B&M. Ooh, that's got some speed there. Viking Fence 3. Or those devil horns. Haha! Ooh. Elevator Warden, how's it going? Welcome. Nice. Ooh. There's a mid-course. I love your videos. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Interesting roll there into this turn. Cool. Looks like it actually incorporates a little bit of airtime, which I appreciate for a dive coaster. Oh, that's cool. They got the cubbies up there. Look at that. Cookie doesn't really make videos, but what? I do make videos, they're just live streamed. I mean, they're live streams, they're not like pre-recorded and uploaded videos, so, in that sense. Yeah, I love that here. The cubbies, really cool incorporation of just some small touches in the park that kind of make it feel realistic, bring it to life in a sense. Fix that very minor detail, not a big deal. The coaster's fun. Actually, that drop gives it a good bit of speed. And you've got the drop. Oh, is this beyond vertical? It looks like it is. A little bit. Great Zero G. I love the airtime hill before the Immelman. I think that's a really cool incorporation. And up here it actually did seem to slow down quite a bit. I'm not sure if this hill provides really any noticeable airtime given how slow it goes over the top of that. I might reprofile it slightly for a very sustained mild floater hill. Got the mid-course up through here. It's an interesting roll right there. I like that. And then you've got kind of an S-turn into the final brakes. Looks really good. That was a fun ride. On the mild side, and that's okay. Yeah, actually does give a couple pops of air. Definitely, which I like. Beautiful presentation. The station design is really nice. Great incorporation of the transfer track over here again. Don't die fencing. Come back over this way. I'm not going to walk it, we'll go down to ground level. I love how open this feels, and actually there's a very nice boundary between going to Polaris and coming over to Hysterio. And this is a Vekoma basic looper. Go ahead and get on that. Front bumper again. Family launch next. Yep. Yeah, I remember we're saving Polaris for last. Oh man, that's gotta have some great air. Very neat. Go ahead and jump off there. Really neat station design. Kind of open. Little building detail if you look at what I did with my Kraken station. If it rains, then all of this is going to get wet, so maybe what I would consider is a little bit of skylight, like a wood frame and then glass panels. You'd get the same effect, but it would actually protect, you know, the coaster from the elements. This used to be orange and green before. Yeah, orange and green. This gold and red is such a great color scheme. I think this is definitely the way to go. Great prestige score. Look at that. That's a really good excitement for a Vekoma family launch. I really like this. Fantastic presentation. The ride is super fun. Incorporates a lot of airtime. Your lats are definitely a little bit high with this. And your verticals, yeah, a little bit. Look at that airtime. This thing's loaded with airtime. If it rains, who cares? It doesn't rain here. I mean, yeah, if you have the park set that way. I'm just thinking from a realism perspective. Very only in Cookies Park with an active El Nino. You control the weather then, and in that case, it doesn't matter. Oh man. I love this color scheme. Fantastic. Great layout. Fun. Kind of all over the place. It doesn't have a predictable layout, and that's what makes it really exciting for me. When you don't know what to expect next, it's really good. Alright, last, certainly not least, where are we? Okay, you can come back around this way. Yep. I did miss this. We've got the sundial. What is that? Coriolis, that's right. Okay, one of those. And you've got the Scrambler ride. And then it merges into this plaza. I have to say I love the color scheme in the presentation of this here. You've got the kind of cool gray, and then the teal and the light blue. Remember when I said orange is the new black? No. So we pointed this out at the very beginning of checking this park out. I absolutely love the presentation of this right here. Polaris. Great name, great theme, absolutely beautiful color scheme. This is a matter of personal preference, but I tend to like these cooler color schemes rather than bright and vibrant. That's just a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with a bright color for coasters and stuff like that, and they definitely have their place, but I love this. Like, this is personally something that I would go with. It's called Twist, not Scrambler. Well, let me just say, ever since I was a kid, going to theme parks, those type of rides were almost always named something like Scrambler. So, I just love this. The cool gray, and then you've got these teal circles. Got some food and drink options up there. Beautiful photo kiosk. Ooh, I love that. And I was gonna say that the dark blue doesn't really match, but it gives a good contrast, and I love that color scheme as it stands. Beautiful right there. I'm supposing, yeah, that's the exit there. It's an RCT reference. Oh. Yeah, look at this. I haven't seen this. I didn't look closely, but I don't think I've seen this in any other coasters here. Absolutely gorgeous presentation. And I actually will walk through this here. I'm gonna... Oh, you can't cut that line. Oh, gosh. I can cut that. Skip the line. Beautiful scenery throughout the queue. Gorgeous station. Little dark up here. Ooh. Yeah, a little wide alignment might be needed there. Not a big deal. Ride. And we'll go with front bumper. Alright, Crazanity, no worries. The star of the park. Oh man, that's a good one. That would be true. Definitely accurate. Gonna update the Four Seasons soon. You've got just a couple minutes, okay? I'm calling the cops cookie for line jumping. I'm a VIP. I do what I want. Except vandalize things. Because I don't like vandals. I loved making this ride. Yeah, the presentation is absolutely beautiful. If the ride lives up to how it's presented, which I have pretty, not super high, but high expectations for it. Yeah, I could. Now that we're moving, I'll go ahead and speed it up. I was actually taking advantage of the time we were sitting in the station to get caught up on chat, so... Great view not only of this, but also of the Vekoma launch over there. Oh gosh, wow! I was not expecting that. Yo, I love it! Great zero-G stall there. Alright. Love the in real life influences here. Alright, so I'm gonna jump off of that. And here we are at the exit. Oh, I love this station. The presentation is so good. It's not overly sci-fi, but it actually does give off low-key sci-fi vibes. Which feels extremely appropriate considering the name, the color, the theme of the coaster. Down that way. Back row is crazier, trust. Well, I would believe it for sure. And it drops you right back out into this. This is incredible. Definitely the best ride in the park. I would say not by far, because this, I actually thought this Vekoma family launch was really good. Do the back row. I'll do the back row. I actually want to talk about the coaster first. Really beautiful presentation. Custom supports here are absolutely phenomenal. I didn't even see this, but look at the transfer track right over there. That's so cool. It's got some really wonky, in a good way, elements. I love this kind of speed airtime hill before you go into an inversion. Really nice double zero-G roll. It's like a zero-G and then you've got like a death roll, sort of. Overbank turn. Then you've got like an off-axis, actually rolls again. That's a really interesting element. I've seen these on a number of coasters. They're pretty basic, but I really like it for this. I'm not sure how much I like. I'm not going to say overuse, but I've seen you use this kind of frequently. But it's easy and it looks good. But on this coaster in particular, I think this is extremely fitting. I like that. You come up, a lot of airtime. That stall is so good. And actually look at the presentation of this. So if you're kind of looking from this vantage point, you've got the high-speed airtime hill and then the zero-G stall, which is really neat. I like this little curve here. Then you've got another roll. Another roll. It's not quite a... It almost is a double up in a sense. A lot of airtime here. One of these turns felt pretty... I think it was this one right here. Actually did feel a bit sharp. I would probably bring that... I think the forces are going to be really high on that because you're going at quite a high rate of speed through that. Yeah, watch it come here. I would probably draw that out a little bit more and come up that way. Wouldn't be a difficult fix. Or fix or adjustment. More airtime here. Coming back through another one of these, kind of, I'll call them hexagon beam supports. Not supports, but, Kings Island. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm actually, like, going through this and critiquing it as this was the one that was the most hyped up, and it is my favorite. So. Yeah, and it also did feel a little bit tight through this here. That might want to be broadened out. By this point, you're not carrying as much speed. So I don't think it's as bad. Interesting kind of an oval shape here. Again, absolutely fantastic presentation. One thing that I tend to nitpick on coasters when I see a lot of rolls is it feels a little repetitive, and I did feel that kind of toward the end, but with most of these rolls, you've actually incorporated them in different ways, which I actually do appreciate. You had limited space. Oh. Yeah, if space is a constraint, then that's more understandable. So, let me look at your inversions here. Got that. So the double, that's a really cool element, very unique. You've got kind of this off-axis roll, which is very unique, and I like that. Got a 0G stall, which is really good. This one up here, kind of another, not quite a death roll. And then just a 0G. I think that's the last inversion on the coaster. If I'm... Yeah, it is. Okay. So, yeah, I really don't feel like there's too much repetitiveness in that sense. I do feel like the ride maybe could use a loop or maybe just a different type of inversion to give a touch more variety. But again, that's a minor critique in the sense that what you did with the different profiling of the rolls is really nice. So this is definitely one of the best coasters I've looked at, and I'm looking forward to seeing the stats. Ooh, triple green, yes. So, see, I'll get back to that in a second. Did I look at the stats for this? Yeah, I did. Okay, I do remember that now. So yeah, this is like on par with your RMC in terms of your EFN scores, which is really good. I would say this is the most intense coaster in the park. Heavy Serenade and Polaris are ops. Yeah. I would say those are probably your two best, although I actually really like the Vekoma launch as well. Different type of ride. Less intense, but that one was just, I thought it was so much fun. But yeah, I loved your RMC. This is the best one in the park, for sure. Alright, gonna critique your stats a little bit. I don't know how much you're going for realism when you build your coasters, and this definitely was made to be an intensity machine. But I'm gonna say over 3 lats is overkill, and over 6 vertical Gs is overkill as well. Now, in isolated moments, it's not as big of a deal as if it's consistently pulling that type of G-force, but if you're looking to get your coaster within more realistic G-force boundaries, I would not want that to be over like 2, and I would not, for this type of ride, I wouldn't really want that to be about over 5. Look at that, almost -2 on the minimums. On the negative Gs, that's so good. Look at the airtime count. Lots of airtime, short duration because you're carrying a lot of speed throughout the ride, which is understandable. But the fact that you incorporated that much airtime into the ride, I love that. Great combination of inversions and airtime. So this really is everything. It's got twists, it's got straight track, it's got speed, it's got inversions, like really nice variety of different types of rolls and stuff like that. Definitely the best coaster in the park. Not the most realistic. If you're going for half realism, you're there. Not full realism. I would have fun riding this. Let's look and see where your G-spot. Ooh, right through there. Yeah, that might be. I know you're kind of bunched up over here. It's a little bit tough. Maybe coming off the turn, broadening that a little bit. This is where it picks up really heavily. You've got a few. Yeah, that right there too. Where are the lats getting so high? Oh, right there. Right there. Everywhere else it looks great, so that's a pretty easy fix. It's a little bit high through that, but that's not as bad. Yeah, it's this last kind of oval helix, I think, is where you're getting the G-forces going a little bit out of bounds, so to speak. Really nice coaster, though. Definitely the one to save for last, and I'm actually really glad we started with the RMC. One of the downfalls of showing your park, it's not a downfall at all, it's constructive criticism. I'm not hating on anything, I'm not bashing anything. I mean, I found, you know, some points that I wanted to critique. But that said, I absolutely loved this coaster. It's definitely the best one in the park. I love the presentation. The ride was super fun. These custom supports are glorious. Really nicely done. I bet the effort that took was just beyond comprehension for most people. Some people that do custom supports could probably understand. Dino Dukes, I don't know if he's still here, but he's one of my viewers that does fantastic custom support work. And this looks really good and clean as well. I guess Polaris helps you see stars sometimes. Sure. If only the tilt went the opposite direction and made you go backwards or upside down, you'd be pointed right up toward Polaris. If this was on this, the North Pole. Yeah, he is still here. Yeah, so Zesty Carrots in chat. Dino Dukes, absolutely fantastic custom support work. And he builds really good coasters, too. And Lidapole, that's going to conclude the tour of your park. Absolute joy to check this out. Really nicely done. Fantastic visuals. Great rides. I just love the aesthetics of this. It actually may be facing north. I'd have to check the layout of the sun. Oh, back row. Yep, yep. Alright, let's do it. Let's not mess with the scenery. You know what I'm actually gonna do? This isn't true back row, but this gives a little better visibility. So it's like second to back row. It's the back car. And we can go ahead and speed it up until we're ready to launch. Band player, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and give you a 5-minute warning to get your park updated. After this, I'm going to go ahead and step up for a couple minutes, take a short break. Oh, you did? Okay, perfect, thank you. I may have missed it. Right there. Yeah, that's where you can definitely see. Kind of as those lights come in. The polling feeling would be sick. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Kings Island, yes. Beautiful. Great ride experience. And just look at it. We'll finish out with the view that we started with. Just an absolute presentation. It's like if you gave Vekoma a high enough budget and they acted like kids in a candy store with all of the elements. That's a pretty good analogy right there. You gotta go. Alright, Kings Island, have a great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, managed to click on a tree by mistake. Yeah. I love this right here. That's like the first thing that caught my attention. And one last view of the entire park back over here. I'm caught up on chat here. Yep. We saw that. Yeah, Kings Island, yeah. All good. Yeah, again, absolutely beautiful park. Thank you so much for sharing this. It was an absolute joy to check out. I will go ahead and let you all enjoy the view. I'll actually bring the camera over this way so you can see the best coaster in the park. I give it 40 flags to Oregon Tails. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, this was a true... Hold on a second. Many guests are cold and it's 23 Celsius? This is what, like 73 Fahrenheit? I'm sorry, if you're cold and it's 73 degrees outside, you've got issues. Just like the good old AOL, you've got mail. You've got issues. Terrible. do cinematic mode for the coaster. Alright, I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to step away for a couple minutes, and when I come back, we'll be checking out Band Player's 4 seasons, although there's one season in particular that we'll be looking at. So I'll be right back. Hang tight. Alright, we're back. Go ahead and exit out of that. Yeah, once again, Lidapol, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was a total treat to check that out. And again, if you had done that on PC, it would be impressive as it is, but the fact that you did that on console, that just makes it all the more bewildering. Better be the fall season, Bobby. I need to sell some propane and propane accessories. Let me get on the workshop here. Need to update Band Player's Park. So that is an update. That's not the one. But I'm going to point one thing out. One thing I really wish Frontier would do is highlight the color. So you've got this green check mark. When you have a bell for an update, I wish they would change the color of it, like yellow or something. So it would stand out. Just go to browse, it shows up there. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm almost through it though. Pretty sure. I'll find it here in a minute. That's it right there. Update. I'm gonna stop doing versions. The summer park pretty much is a finished layout and dog at its peak. The motorbike Mach coaster is to be replaced by a Vekoma flying coaster, and edits are still to be made to the chasm. Alright. So where is it in the list? All the way at the bottom, okay. Let's go ahead and load. Alright, so unlike the last one, we're not looking through the entire park here. We're looking at a specific section. But I will say to any of you that have not seen this park in its entirety before, I highly recommend you go check it out. It's really impressive, and I'll do just a very short overview for anybody that may not be familiar with it. Oh, it is starting to lag my game. Alright, so your entrance is actually over here, and you've got some branches to go to different areas. So the Autumn Park was the first. I remember when this was a blueprint itself and not an entire park. But you've got some really great theming through here. Ghost? Yeah, Ghost. Really, why is the Prestige 6 on that? That doesn't make any sense. That's got to be some sort of a bug. Summertime, and the living is easy. Where? Okay, it's down here. Between the autumn and winter parks, actually, is a little underground kind of crystal cave. You've got a Giovanola invert. Kind of rare. I remember the good old days when we literally had no idea the entire rest of the park would happen. Yeah! Yeah, because the autumn park was its own blueprint, and you didn't have anything else. Now you cross through that into the winter park, and there's an entrance kind of out from the oh gosh, I can't even mouse there. There we go. Yeah, so that ties in over here. You've got this really nice winter village. You've got the little board slide. You've got the chair swing, and the lumberjack wooden coaster. This is the main attraction in the park that changes everything. What is it? It's a 12-minute coaster? I know it's something close to that. I don't remember exactly. And I lied. It's actually over here. There's the sign. So right in the middle, separated by the winter and spring. Work in progress still, but you got the water park back over here. I know, I got it. There must be a little bit of a view delay. Spring over here, you've got the flower beds. Got a Mach spinner. Mach Ultra Spin, actually. If you come back this way. I love this. This is one of my favorite things, and I point it out every time I come into this park, because I just absolutely love the presentation of this. You come in here, you've got the terrain, the wood beams, the lanterns, all the picnic tables for the restaurant right here, and then an absolutely gorgeous view outside. Similar Granite Peaks vibe. This area, yeah. Absolutely. And over here you've got this really cool swaying mine train. I'm actually not really sure what the real world equivalent to this coaster type is. It's a really neat ride. Moving on back to the spring section, you've got the Mach Ultra Spin back here. Got a cool log flume. One of the centrifuges? Oh, Enterprise. Collider in-game. Donkey Kong. Okay. The concept of a park held in each of the 4 seasons is great. It really is. It's a really good idea for a park. The theming is so intense throughout this. Before I get to this here, definitely worth pointing out, I absolutely love the Asian theme with the pagodas, all the Japanese cherry blossoms. This is probably, in my opinion, the prettiest part of the park, visually. Got this, I love this. I'm still kind of wondering what you're going to do with it. But absolutely beautiful views. You've got the waterfalls, all the rocks. That's what it is, the swaying mine train. I think you're right. You've got the chairlift down to here. There's a beautiful area right down here. Whoa! This looks so great. It's like a night in Japan. And I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's right over here. There's a mock. I think it's a splash. Yep, yeah, splash coaster. Really cool. I just love this area. The presentation of it is so serene. Chairlift to come back up. Seven Dwarves Mine Train. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense as well. And all of these are actually rocks. So this isn't terrainscaped. Some of the stuff in the park is, but... Alright, and then what we're really coming here to check out. Summer section. So you've got winter, spring... Nope, sorry, fall, winter. Your changes everything right opposite the entrance. Spring. I think I mentioned this last time, and I don't know what your plans exactly are. There's going to be an underground summer section. That's really cool. One thing I think I would like to see, and again, I don't know what your final plan is, but I'd love to see pathing connect to the summer. Almost like you have it for these, and I know that kind of comes over this way. But you've got 1, 2, 3, and then this to your main ride. That's not really a season theme. So it's like over here would be a really cool location to do something like that. But the chairlift up here actually takes people up to this right here. And I'm not going to start the walkthrough yet, but I do want to look at this and point this out. This is so cool. You've got the chairlift built, or the chairlift built on top of this rock. It looks very natural. Band player, I think you should, and the reason for that, as I said, you've got the other 3 connected with this circle here. I think it would just make sense. CIE is everything. Yeah, I see what you did there. The path up this kind of rock slope to this beautiful restaurant with the glass up here. And this is a really cool incorporation. I'd like to see you do some other stuff like this throughout the park, but this is one of those vista points. It's something I've actually not really done anything with, and I should spend some time. I do plan on incorporating these into my Yukon Park. Not sure about the tropical one. I might. Definitely the Yukon Park, though, that I'll be starting within the next few weeks. Really neat. What a fantastic view up here. You've got actually all 4 seasons you can see. Autumn in the distance. Winter's a little tougher to see, but you can kind of see it out over there. Plenty of views of the spring stuff. The Japanese cherry blossoms are a little obscured. No big deal. Not a criticism, I would just love to see that. 6 miles, okay, 14 minutes. I'd said 12, I wasn't 100% sure. Amen to that. Audio coasters are tough, but super rewarding. Alright, and this is where I'll go ahead and start the walkthrough. This is not finished, of course. You've got the exit up here. Oh, you've got a mock launch. The queue for that is over here. I'm not going to walk through the queue. But I think we will check the coaster out. Run! Is this another one of those Coriolis rides? Oh, it's like surf themed. Is that? I've got to exit out to be able to click on the ride. Oh, it's the 540. Okay. This one is built different, no self-glaze, but this one is insane, yeah. There's a lot more verticality than, especially the first two. I mean, the spring definitely has some, particularly once you get into the cherry blossom section. Ooh, what do we have here? It's like an Aztec or a Mayan themed. It's a B&M dive. Tempest's Fury. Ooh. That looks like fun. We'll get on that too. Whoa. What? Look at that. That is so cool. Wow. That's the exit station for it. Okay. Then over here is, it looks like the entrance to... No. Wait, oh yeah, okay, down here. Entrance to the River Rapids, yep. Yo! I like this a lot. Incorporated that kind of suspended bridge coming up to the River Rapids. I don't quite see exactly what the vision here is yet, but look at this. Great use of the resort theme. That's probably my favorite theme in the game. I just love these kind of tiki, bamboo. Yikes. This is absolutely freaking wild. I think I see now. I think what happens is you turn, you come down here, go through all of that, come back up and around, and come up that way. That makes sense now. I will need to creatively steal that water trench idea and give you credit for that, please, band. We should have Cookie look at CIE Part 3. You'd look at that a lot. You'd like that a lot. Oh. Wi-Fi is so garbage right now. Oh, that sucks. Name the coaster the band player coaster. We'll talk. Is there? Oh, yes, there is. I was gonna say great, because that would be not the most exciting thing. And so the way that you set it up is very creative. You have the lift. It's not really like a log flume in the sense that you have an exit station low, although I have seen a few that kinda have that set up. But I really like this. You've got the incorporation of the lower level exit. Definitely saves on ride time and probably helps out the excitement score a bit too. You get right into the fun of it with that first drop there. Coming down here, so this is some of the stuff that we did look at before. This is actually back in the spring area. This is definitely summer. So, one thing to think about, band player, as I'm looking at this, by the scenery you can tell what is spring versus summer. But what you've done throughout the other areas of your park, you have them really nicely segmented to see, okay, is it spring or is it summer? Over here, it's spring on one side, summer on the other. The divide isn't quite as clear, and I see that this is a work in progress, so maybe that's just something that you haven't gotten to yet. But I do want to point that out. And we looked at the single rail last time, RMC Raptor. Oh, you've got a dip tank over here. A dip tank, that sounds funny. What is this? Orangutan, the Star Loop. I think we looked at that as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tempest Fury has a load station at the top of the lift and the unload at the bottom, same as the Crazy River. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, we looked at the river. And we did see that with Tempest Fury, the exit right down there. We did look at the Star Loop. It's way different with theming, though. We can check it out. Oh, we can save it for another time. Okay, we'll save these two. I do want to check this mock launch out. To be replaced. Oh, it's the bike and sidecar track with the mock launch trains. And there was a note when I opened the park up, and I didn't catch it. You said you were going to replace it with something. I don't remember what exactly. I mean, do you want us to look at this? Or if you're going to replace it, then maybe I won't spend my time on that. We'll focus on the other things. Oh, it's got a switch track. Yep. Can you go over by the canal in the back of the park? Outside the entrance in the winter, go to the place where the star panels are. Ride the mock if you want. We may check it out. Oh, we did actually look at this before. It's not done. It's kind of like a hot springs resort. That's really neat. You've got these water slides here. Chairlift kind of comes down. It's almost like going up to the summit of a mountain. It's on the winter side of everything. Oh, that looks so good. I love the way these little log cabin kind of shop fronts are built into the rock. That's so cool. You've got that over here. These probably aren't the star panels exactly. The Winter Temple? Oh, it's one of the multi-dimensions. Go into the star panels in the ground. This is really cool. I'm not seeing the star panels. I'm looking. down here. And are we going on? What? Whoa. Alright, hold on. This is where the camera gets a little wonky. Wow. This is part of the Changes Everything coaster. Yeah, look at that. I do remember seeing bits and pieces of this. But wow. I get little bits of Alice in Wonderland vibes. My gosh. Yeah, that's really cool. And you come back into the magical. Yeah. I love that. Such a good presentation. Alright. Coming back out, let's go back to the summer. I really like this though. 6 minutes in, so not quite halfway through the ride. Serenity. Whoa, you've got the magic orbs. Okay, definitely want to start with the dive coaster. Didn't even look at half of it. Yeah. What? Where are we? Okay. I'll need to see this when it's complete. Can you reshare the code so I can pre-save? So this must be back up. Okay, there's the entrance. Speed it up. The orbs may or may not be atoms. Oh, so you just go straight out of the station to the drop? That's really neat. I thought there might have been like a little lift. I didn't look super closely. Wow! That's such a cool effect. Second drop here. There's the exit right there. Favorite rides include Ghost, Dojo, and obviously Changes Everything as a rider. You can totally showcase Dojo. Yeah, we can take a look at that. I want to get through your stuff in the summer section here. I think we'll skip this since you said you're gonna replace it. It looks like a pretty fun ride. I don't think you've looked at it before on stream. He has, it just wasn't finished. Yeah, it's been a long time. What is that? Spinning. Oh, okay. I like the swing. Presentation of that right here looks really cool. Just a little minor detail that I figured I would point out. Oh, I did not see this underground. We got some bumper cars. Heck yeah. Cool view. I didn't even see that on this coaster. I mean, you're going so fast. Oh, you probably don't even get much of a glimpse of it as you're coming up. Just a very quick kind of side view of it. I'm not gonna ride this, but what I'll do is kind of follow the track layout. Just because it spins, it kind of... So come through that. Ooh, you've got this interesting kind of spiral. This is beautiful. Great presentation. And then you kind of finish out right down here at the exit. It definitely feels like a more traditional river rapids, something not like, for example, Infinity Falls at SeaWorld, where you've got that big splashdown. And I kind of like that. These river rapids in this game seem to kind of lean toward the newer style. And as good of rides as those are, I really do like the old style river rapids. Think of like Congo River Rapids at Busch Gardens Tampa, or Roaring Rapids at a variety of the Six Flags parks. 3 or 4 of them, I think, had. So the station here is actually within this kind of Aztec or Mayan temple, which is a really cool structure. I'm super proud of all the coasters. It shows in you should be some interesting choices that make them unique in a cool way. Absolutely. I love this view. I would be afraid, actually, up here. I'm a little bit afraid of heights. Coasters don't really bother me, but it's more so when I'm standing and feel like I could free fall would frighten me. But I just love the view from this path up here. I really can't wait to see how you develop it. Just get a lot of great stuff. Okay, that's that there. This is the round... I love this. So scenic. How are you afraid of heights in a pilot? Well, that's what I said. If, like, coasters don't really bother me. If the thing is, if I'm enclosed or like secured or strapped in, I'm okay. If I'm like freestanding or have any little reasonable bit of sense that I could like fall over the edge, it bothers me. So like I don't like Ferris wheels. I get very nervous going down ladders. But things like roller coasters and airplanes absolutely don't bother me. Sorry to top off my water real quick. Oh, let's see what else. Dojo. So we'll come back down here. One thing that the game mechanics, you know, the way that they work and that I don't like is when things are so isolated, people don't go out of their way. So this feels really empty without the guests, and it's nothing that you did wrong. It's just the way I think the game mechanics are designed. Set the time to midnight? Okay, let's do that then. The time changes color and atmospherics, yeah. Is this... Oh, Q-Walk would be good. Well, we did that last time. I do remember that. Is the ride not open? Let me check your station times. Any load. Oh, so I think it's waiting for somebody to get on it. Alright, what I'm gonna do is put the ride in test mode, so it'll actually run. And we'll go ahead and get on it. I'll go front bumper so we can... Oh gosh. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. I don't know what is... Okay. I was like, which way are we going? Pitch black. Can't see anything. This is beautiful down here. Wow. Oh gosh. Whoa. Yo, look at that. That's beautiful. I kind of had to be careful hitting the speed up, and then I turned the torch on by mistake. I'm like, oh, spoiler. For $2.99, I give you the egg rolls. Oops, I mean 0 G rolls. Please look around. Yeah, wow. That's so neat. Tons of details are off camera and you have to look for it. Including the massive 200-foot feudal Japan dojo. Okay, now I can't really see where we're at. So I'm gonna pause this. Oh no, I spoiled it! Looks like my camera orientation was right. Now we get a little bit of light. Okay. The lighting effect is cool. I turned that on to just make sure I had a relatively centered view. The lighting effects in this are really good. Yeah, no, I paused to make sure my view was centered. I wasn't going to spoil it. Well, I didn't mean to. Oh, man. This is so cinematic. I remember that. This is wild. Is this the right end? I remember seeing this when you first started kind of building out for this ride. It looks so cool. Yeah, look at that. Another lift. There's a lot of lifts. As it kind of takes you through. It's almost like a... I mean, it is a dark ride. It's a really good combination of, like, thrill and just the kind of sightseeing, storytelling aspect of these types of rides. This is the final version of the ride itself. Okay. Alright, this looks like where it's going to really pick up. Oh, maybe not. Whoa. Really pretty crystal structure there. This might be it here. Is this gonna be the big one? This park makes Disney look like a trash park. Oh, I can't see anything again. Missed a small island, a rice farm, a little cave, a half of a big cave, some lava, another little cave, and the entire battle scene. Ah, that's the exit. It's still, yeah, I mean, it's so dark, like you don't know what to look for if you don't know, like, going into it ahead of time. And with as dark as it is, it's actually kind of tough to see. What I might do... Oh! Zero World's Fair. That's true. So the queue down here, we did go through this last time, I remember that. I can't even see where I am. What is... Okay, so this is the ride entrance. Spoiler? Okay, so we're back over here at the queue. You go through all of this. And I did look through this, but I'll just quick kind of preview it. Very long. Very beautiful. Here's the boats. It was engineered for guest view. I've never experimented with front bumper. Well, that or if you're on it. Oh, so that's how you return and go in through the rocks. Alright, now I have no clue where I am. Okay, now I've got a little bit better of a sense. There we are. Wow. I just want to look at the park at night. All the lighting over here looks so good. I don't think I've actually looked at this park at night. Get the winter section all lit up. Beautiful. Use guest view and only... Oh, okay. Well, that might be why. Yeah, no worries. The summer section looks really good at night too. All the light off the water all around and stuff like that. Back into the daytime. The other parks are screaming, I don't have my makeup on. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. That was really cool. Beautiful presentation. This is coming together so nicely, and I've lost track of how many times I've looked at this. But every time there's something new, there's something subtle, there's something very obvious. But all the changes that you're making is really bringing everything together. It's fantastic work. Swimming pool 37 is over capacity. No, it's not. Oh, maybe it was. So, little fun tip, if you don't want people swimming, if you only want it designed as like a splashdown for the water slide, close the pool. The people will get out, and whenever somebody gets on the slide, they will immediately get out of the pool. So something like that. Do you think the summer park has what it takes to beat out the spring park in your personal view? I would say yes, based on the fact that the summer actually feels more expansive and cohesive. The spring, like, I mean, you've got this over here and it looks really nice. It's certainly something to be proud of. This, I think, is going to remain my favorite section of the park, kind of on a smaller scale, and a smaller scale being a specific area within an area. But overall, the spring, I think, will be beat out by the summer. I don't know if you would beat this particularly. I think you're gonna struggle, for me personally, to top this and the scenery down by Dojo. I'm sure you could do it, but I think just with my personal preference that this is gonna be throughout my favorite area of the entire park. But as a whole, yeah, I think the summer would actually take the cake. So, alright, I am going to go ahead and jump out of here. Band player, thank you so much for sharing that again. I've noticed the lighting is more subtle in PC2 compared to 1. It was too bright at times. I think CIE is going to be the best ride in the park. It could definitely be, but it might not. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That's a given. Well, I mean, with the length and the theming, yes. In terms of how exciting I find the actual coaster, might not. But with the theming and the music and everything, it is the star attraction. So it will be the best ride on a macro scale. But you've got a lot of really good coasters that would, I think, potentially rival it. So, excited to follow it along? Absolutely. Alright, I'm going to jump out of here for now. Exit to main menu. Oh, it is almost 11. I don't want to sleep yet. I am actually finally starting to get a little bit tired. Amazing. I might actually get a good night's sleep before I have to get up and go to work in the morning. One thing I wanted to show just briefly, I found this on the workshop. I was looking for some inspiration, and most of you have heard me say, a few of you may not have. I went to SeaWorld Orlando last March, so a year and a half ago. It was March of 25. Gonna hop off. Thank you all for all of your support with this park, and I can't wait to keep improving it. Also, congrats to Lidapole for his incredible park. Good night, y'all. Alright, band player, have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out and sharing your park to be showcased. It's coming along beautifully. And yes, certainly Lidapole did a fantastic job with his as well. Little bit of a smaller scale, but I saw this and I was actually blown away. Not by the theme park itself, although this is certainly a beautiful presentation and looks like it has some really good rides. So all of these are SeaWorld ride themes that exist with a little bit of variation. So very clearly over here you have the Real World Mako with a modified kind of second half layout. This isn't Waterworld. Manta, I don't remember how much of this is different from the Real World ride. It looks like it has a lot of inspiration. Pipeline actually looks very similar, other than the corkscrew comes before the airtime hill here, where in the Real World it's the other way around. And actually I didn't see this before, but there's a second inversion. Penguin Trek called Arctic Trek. You've got palm trees right there. That's funny. A little bit of a recreated version of Kraken. Mako, as I pointed out. Back over here, what is this? Water Jet Rescue. And kind of, what was it called? Barracuda Blast or something like that? The Steel Eel. It's actually a Giovanola, like a B&M family invert. I think is the intention behind that. One thing I saw about this that I really wanted to check it out for is you come back over here to the water park, and this water park looks phenomenal in my opinion. Look at how you've got the changing rooms and the restrooms that are built into the side of the rock here. The double wave pool, lazy river, bunch of water slides with some splashdown pools and stuff. You've got the mats. Out! This massive wave pool actually looks really good. Right up over here. Got the huts with the restrooms and the changing rooms and the guest service desk. I may actually do something like that in my tropical park. But I've taken a lot of inspiration from this, just looking at it. It's so visually appealing. And one thing about this park in particular that I found very interesting, so your kind of little entrance exit trolleys where the guests appear and disappear over here, and you can walk up here is your entrance into the park, and then actually I'll get to that in a second here. So this tram, or the bus, that runs through the parking lot, kind of out the road, down over here, all the way across, takes you to a separate station to enter the water park. So it's really two parks combined in one blueprint. They're not connected in any other way. And I think the incorporation of that is so cool. It's a really brilliant mechanic, getting people around between the two parks. Because you also could spawn a couple trolleys to, or the stagecoach buses to spawn guests to come into the water park if they wanted. Or walk over here, jump on, and go to the theme park. I just really like the way that that is set up. It's a beautiful incorporation too. So I did want to show that. It was made by AK Coasters, I'm pretty sure. So give him a lot of credit for making the presentation of this park really nice. I think the water park appears to be the more finished of the two, so to speak. So it feels like there might be, although this actually feels really cohesive as well. So just a really cool presentation. Figured I would show that off real quick. That is on the workshop, and I can share the code if anybody's interested. I love the water park, and I'm gonna use this. I've taken notes in mental notes, and I'm definitely drawing a lot of inspiration, particularly from this, for maybe a really nice water park section in mine, and definitely for future planning. Something like this for the Yukon Park that I'm gonna do. I want to have a really cohesive water park experience in that. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that, and let's see, I've been going for 3 hours. I think I'll go ahead and pull mine up. A couple minutes. Oh, it was monsooning again! When is it ever going to end? We had several hours of dry, sunny weather, and then the thunderstorms came back. Getting made fun of. Why is it raining every time you go in your freaking park? No, my girlfriend is snoring. I didn't even know she snores. Oh, here comes the monsoon again. Yeah, and I look at this and I'm like, what am I doing? This is just... Yeah, it's not, like, cohesive or anything, so... Just as a look around, a couple things that I did do. I did actually implement that new Kraken station here. I have not switched out... Oh, this is... Yeah, I have. Okay, this is the very old version of the Mako station. I'm not done with it yet with the pathing and everything, so I want to wait. Actually, probably have to make a few minor readjustments to this section. We did do this the other night. Basically flip the orientation of it so that people come this way. Completely empty. Nobody wants to ride Mako 3.0 in a thunderstorm. I don't blame them. I don't think I would either. Get all that lightning. So, but this has really become a showcase ride in this park. This was for the longest time the oldest standing coaster before Crazanity revamped it. He actually did a really good job with the recreation of it. I asked him to kind of finesse it some. Keep the original layout as much as possible, but feel free to kind of change up some things, make it a little bit more realistic. Temper the forces a little bit, but he did a great job preserving the original layout concept and changing the elements to suit it for a more realistic ride experience. And it's for a long time been one of my favorite coasters in the park, perhaps my favorite, along with the Tradewinds Intamin Wing. That was built by Jimpers. He did a great job with that. Custom supports by Dino Dukes. I did the station. The station is a is on the workshop as a standalone like station blueprint. Doesn't include the ride. The ride itself with all the scenery and stuff is as well. And I put a lot of effort into that station, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Triple decker, so you've got the coaster station on the 3rd floor. Second is the gift shop, and you go down 2 flights of stairs to exit here. It needs some lights. And then the 1st floor is a restaurant that nobody... Whoa! Nobody? Okay, well there's actually a pretty decent crowd over here now. I think the surf coaster could be remastered, if I'm being honest. This is bogged. Delete, and actually let's try replacing it, see if anybody comes to it. I don't know what... Oh, he's gonna break in progress. Well, I've got to take him to a staff building so he doesn't get upset. Right there. There we go. Go in it and go back to work. There we go. Grab a boat and float around the park. Actually could do like a boat ride. Kind of out over the water. Crazanity, if you want to consider remastering the Surf Coaster, I'm pretty sure it is on the workshop. I'm gonna get ready to end the stream in a couple minutes. Let me... I think I do. Is that... No, that is not... Yeah, it is! This is it! If you want the code to play around with it, that should be it right there. Yeah, that definitely is the right version of it with the old station. Or actually, no, it's the new station, but it's not the roof station. It's the rooftop, which I don't care for. So you could outright delete the station. And I think I have an old version of the coaster on here. I probably should just go ahead and take that down. Oh, no, I don't. I took it down. Okay. Never mind. So, alright folks, I think that's gonna do it for me. I probably will hang out on Discord for a little bit, if anybody's interested in joining there. Really nice turnout, spent a ton of time looking at stuff, and it was nice, a little bit more low-key, not trying to focus on doing a lot of stuff. Actually, I rarely showcase parks, but the nice thing about that is I get to see things, draw inspiration from them, and I can actually like pay attention to chat. When I'm not zoned in on something, so to speak. Falling behind, etc. So the thunderstorm is over. It looks like we've got some rain still. Yeah, let's see what that's... The rest of the day, pretty much. You gotta be kidding me. Override weather. Might have to do that. I don't know. I do like the realism of having variable weather in the park. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Because it didn't go in this park, I have not had the opportunity for our daily dose. Oh, I just missed it. There it is. Got the rock song. Gonna do like an amphitheater, call it the T3 Sucks Amphitheater or something like that. That's one thing that I would really like to see this game implement, are like entertainment shows. So, like for example, circuses, dances, rock shows, or concerts, music, variety of stuff like that. I would love to see that implemented in this game. There's a lot of stuff I would like to see in this game. Animals. I know this isn't Planet Zoo, but thinking of RCT3, I know I mentioned that recently. Definitely hotels. I know that's a big ask. Or maybe not a big ask. I know a lot of people are asking for it. They haven't gotten to it. How's the Viking Park? Oh, we can look at it real quick. I don't think I've done anything in it for quite a while. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I've done anything in that park, and I'm almost honestly ready to write that one off. Yeah, I've got to redo all of this over here. I didn't even finish the queues and stuff. I did end up reverting the coaster to its previous layout. I just was not happy with the cutback and the helices there and stuff like that. So I ended up scrapping that. Probably scale that down a little bit. Tie all that in. So this all needs to be redone. Probably end up doing something kinda like this over here for the queue. I'm not totally sure yet. I really have not spent any time. I've been trying to do stuff in my tropical park. This, yeah, I mean, this kind of holds a special place in the sense that this is the first large-scale, like, real park that I started when I first got the game. Other than, like, a couple throwaway parks. Just weren't even really parks, they're just had a blueprint, threw some stuff down to experiment. So this was the first, like, purpose-built park that I had come up with. But I don't know. Like, it's not really segmented, it's just a giant loop, like a whole bunch of Viking stuff, and I love the Viking theme. I probably will hold on to it. I mean, I've got this big complex here that I started, and oh, in this park, by the way, here's a little Easter egg. Right up here on the roof. A little bit of graffiti. T3 sucks! Gotta put a speaker to shout it there. Did the arcade. So I built this around the time the arcades were released. A little after. 4th floor has the gift shop up here, and then the coaster station up top, but it's only a station. I haven't done anything with the actual coaster itself. And I really would like to get around to that at some point, but this building is on the workshop too, so just finished up my day at Great America. Alright, Strawberry Jam, how's it going? Hope you had a great time. Then this really weird queue in the back. I don't know about all of this, to be honest. I went on Demon the Most with 3 rides, alright. It's a small pool. The plan for this was to expand it greatly. Like a whole new water park section in the back of the park. And get rid of these. Maybe keep that. It's a nice little overlook. Or kind of tie it all together or something. I need to call it for now. Thanks for the stream, Cookie. Alright, Foggy, thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of, well, the night. I guess it's almost, well, I mean, it's super early morning, not quite sunup, I suppose, for you, but anyway, yeah, get you some rest, I hope, and have a fantastic day. Thank you so much again for hanging out. Folks, I am going to be calling it a night for the stream. I probably will hang out in Discord for a little while, so if you'd like, you can jump on for a bit and hang out there. Otherwise, though, I really appreciate you all being here. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to catch you all on the next one. Just gone 4 a.m. damage control for tomorrow. Oh, gosh! Yeah, definitely make sure you get yourself some rest. But yeah, anyway, folks, hope you've enjoyed it, and hope to see you on the next one. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow evening. Been doing a lot of them. I might, but I'm not going to guarantee it. So stay tuned whenever the next one is. Hope to catch you all there. And as always, until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see ya.